as you come in, you see a small sign that reads Village of Sima.
Village of Sima.
You see a few more important buildings that are somewhat at this crossroads. It seems that all the businesses have been built here. You can see here is the pharmacist, or the medieval version of a pharmacist, aka an alchemist.
Okay.
Over here is what appears to be a tavern named the Briar Patch Tavern. And the rest of the buildings seem to be farmhouses. Points of interest that you can see. Over here, there seems to be a group of about 10 men gathered around this circle, some of them holding what appear to be farm tools, and some of them holding what appear to be clubs and weapons.
And they in like one of those like raiding parties.
They look to be farmers. They don't look very,
Militia type.
They don't look malicious in any way.
Okay.
They don't look like a militia. They look like farmers. And as far as that goes, that's about all that you can see that looks interesting.
Well, I'm gonna head over to these group of people, and I'm gonna say, howdy.
As you approach, you can get a little bit of the conversation before they stop talking.
Okay.
And you hear. And another thing is, if they keep taking all our livestock, we'll never make it through winter. Without the eggs from the chickens and the milk from the cow, there's no way we could afford the grain to live. Another one chimes in. Well, they've taken most of my cows. And at this point, you walk up, and they all almost, they all stop talking and look at you.
Yes.
And then you let out a howdy, and they all have a murmur of a greeting.
And I proceed to say, do you guys need any help with anything?
One of the older-looking farmers, with the beginnings of a white beard, walks over to you and says, "You have the lookings of an adventurer, sir. Is that what you are?"
Yes, I am.
Well, we are definitely in need of an adventurer. And he looks back up at all the rest of his friends. And they all, slowly nod their heads. And he looks back at you and says, "We are having issues with goblins. They have been coming and killing and stealing our livestock. I don't know what they do with them, but they take them away into the forest.
Well, that's not very nice.
We need someone to stop them. We were going to stop them tonight. They always come at night and steal. If you could do this for us, what do you say? What could we pay him?" And one of them says 30 copper. Another one says a silver. And after some debate, they all decide that they're going to pay you 20 copper each, which will equal out to 2 silver.
Oh.
He says, "If you can take care of this for us, it would mean a great deal to our town."
I will do it for you guys.
Village, yes. And he says, "Thank you."
You're welcome.
If you intend to do this, please do it soon, before nightfall.
I will be on my way. Do you have any clue of where in the forest?
We do not, but I know of well, you can find tracks. And he points to the animal pen right behind him. He says, they stole from here last night. You can see that they broke the fence, and there's a section of the fence that has been smashed open. And you can see there are what appear to be hoof prints of a cow leading out of the pen.
Okay. I say, thank you. I will be back shortly.
You don't have to do it right now. You've been traveling. Please, if you would take a visit to the inn and be rested, I would not want you to die.
I actually just woke up just a few,
You actually woke up about 8 hours ago.
Oh.
You've been walking a little while to get here.
Okay. That's good to know. I will go rest.
Okay.
Not for long, but like a little bit of a nap.
Right. So you want to go into the inn and rent a room, or are you going to sleep outside?
How much are the rooms?
You'd have to go in there and ask.
Alright. I'll go in there and ask.
Okay, move your piece.
Which one was the end again?
This one right here. Okay. Briar Patch Inn.
Oh, yeah, yes, you said that. Briar Patch Inn and Tavern.
As you come in, there's a lot of commotion. And you can see that there are 3 men standing over what appears to be a younger man on the floor, holding his cheek with one hand and propping himself off the floor with the other, looking up at these 3 thugs that are,
Making trouble?
They look like they're making trouble. You can see that the barmaid and maybe the owner has a very furrowed brow and looks very angry about what's going on, but she seems scared to do anything.
I walk over and I'm like, what seems to be the trouble here?
And they all look at you. And give me 1 second.
So like not just like copying at all. It's like what everybody does, and it's that one guy who's like, so what's the trouble here? And then gets beat up.
And 2 of them look, their eyes get wide as they look at your weapons. And one of them, who happens to have a dagger on his side, seems a little bit more confident and says, none of your business. It's between me and this lad.
And I step a little bit closer and I say, are you sure about that?
He says, yeah, I'm sure.
I step even closer.
Get out of here before you get hurt. And he draws his dagger.
I draw my father's blade.
He says, all right. And he puts his dagger away, but it's not the last you'll see of me. And then he walks out, and the other 2 follow quickly behind him.
I turn around and I say, I put my father's sword back into my sheath on my back, and I lend a hand towards the young lad on the ground, and I help him to his feet.
You pull up this young man, probably about the age of 15 to 16. He says, thank you, sir. I don't know why they attacked me.
They look like troublemakers to me, so...
They said if I gave them 10 copper, they'd leave me alone. I don't have any money on me, though. Well, thank you for the help. I think I'll be going home now. I don't feel like staying here very much longer.
Hey, before you go, come here. I picked up the accent for some reason.
Okay.
I toss him 10 copper.
Okay. He catches it in his hand and he says, "Oh, well, thank you, sir."
Mm-hmm. Have a wonderful day.
And he cheerily leaves the tavern. And then you hear the woman behind the bar say, "Thanks for that. I really appreciate it. Hopefully he won't have a bad memory of the place and come back soon."
Hopefully not. How much
Thanks for
is?
removing those brigands.
Oh, sorry. Could
Thanks
you?
for removing those brigands. Here, take this. And she hands you 20 copper.
Well, alright then.
And also, if you need anything, just ask.
I was actually wondering about how much a room would cost.
Well, for tonight it's free, thanks to your good deed.
Thank
Tomorrow
you.
will be 12 copper,
Alright.
if you still need it, that is. Not many people stay very long in this town. Most of them just pass through.
It's a very peaceful place, actually.
That's why I like it. Well, the room is upstairs, top floor. It should be the second one on the right.
Alright. Thank you. And I turn around and I walk towards where the rooms are. I go up to the top floor and I go into my room and
You head up a set of stairs. Come to the second door on the right, open it up, and you can see it's a fairly small room with a slanted ceiling, thanks to the shape of the building.
Okay.
With a small room along one wall, and what seems to be a lockable chest along the other wall.
It's pretty cool. I go over to the bed and I take off my blade or my swords and my backpack and I kind of lay back. I lay down onto the bed and I take a rest for a bit.
Okay, it's fairly comfortable. Are you taking a short or long rest?
Short.
Okay. You wake up from your nap, and as you sit up, you look and nothing seems to have changed.
How long has it been?
About 4 hours.
4 hours? Do you think I think that's good enough to go on an adventure? For me, at least. I think I could do this with 8 hours. It's been 8 hours. I went for an 8-hour walk or trip to here, and it took 4 hours, and I think I would be good, right?
You're not sure.
What's the worst that could happen? I pick up my father's sword and I clip it to my back, and I take my long sword and I put it to my side and I clip it on, and I go to grab my backpack,
And as you reach down to grab your backpack, your stomach growls intensely.
well, I put my backpack on, and I go downstairs to the tavern, and I proceed to order something.
As you come down, it's about, let's see, so it's about 4 in the afternoon, we'll say.
Alright.
And you can see that it's very busy right now compared to when you'd come in earlier. There were about 13 patrons currently at the tables, and the woman behind the bar is working frantically to make sure everyone has their orders.
I really ought to be going, but I do have.
You hear your stomach again.
Oh, don't leave me without food. No.
Do you even you don't currently have food in your pack either, do you?
I have 10 days of rations.
No, well, you could have one of those.
I don't want to bother her with more work, so I kind of walk out and I guess, can I go eat and go with this?
With what?
With day like one of the days of rations.
Right, you can just eat, and then it'll take care of you for a day.
Alright, that's what I'll do.
Okay, you just eat one of those, and I guess you head out of the tavern.
And I head back to the pen. Back to the pen area.
Okay, one moment. As you step out of the Briar Patch Inn, As you step out of the Briar Patch Inn,
Sorry.
you see a woman crying at the entrance of the pharmacist or alchemist.
Oh.
What do you do?
Is there anyone around her, or?
It seems to just be her. She seems to be next to the entrance, and she seems to have slid down the wall and is in a sitting position, crying into her legs.